now a woman I've been in love with for 8 months. It would have been longer if I'd known her longer. Miriam Nichols, who will introduce the man I've been in love with as long as I've known him. I'll leave that to her. Miriam Nichols.
Okay, a couple of weeks ago I found this poem in the archives I was looking at, and I thought of Olson right away, so I thought to read it for you tonight. And it's by Canadian poet B.P. Nichols. There are things you have words for, things you do not have words for. There are words that encompass all your feelings, and words that encompass none. There are feelings you have that are like things to you, picked up and placed in the pocket, worn like the cloth the pocket is attached to, like a skin you live inside of. There is a body of feeling, of language, of friends, the body politic, the body we are carried inside of till birth, the body we carry ourselves inside of till death, a body of knowledge that tells of an afterlife, a heaven, an unknown everything we have many words for but cannot encompass. There are relationships between words and concepts, between things, between life and death, between friends and family, between each other and some other. So it's my pleasure to introduce a guy who knows Olson and this town way better than I do, Ammiel Alcalay.
Thanks. I just want to say what an extraordinary project Ralph achieved. And I just want to put it in a little context. It's about resistance to throwing things out, and it's about resistance to the destruction of things, because as we know, in war, libraries are first sometimes, okay? And just to mention an anecdote, I have a very good friend in Bosnia who's a poet and a historian by the name of Ivan Lovrenović, and during the siege, when he was expelled from his apartment, they took out his library, which was a vast and extraordinary library, and they assassinated it. They shot it in the street. Okay, so what you have achieved here and what Ralph has achieved is amazing. It is truly amazing, because these things can happen to us, and they do happen to us in different ways. So we're witnessing something very special here. I want to read a poem by Ed Dorn, one of Olson's great students. And I hope I can make it through this, because it takes many turns, some of them very emotional. It's called Once Again. I sit in this room looking at some books, looking at my life moving, smiles. Some of those things have meant one thing or another to me. The Dead Lecturer. I like that one. Green Lantern. That was okay. Those days, The Exile, etc., in the moment it had. And all of them, they had their moments. Woolf's books. I've carried them around. Some people I had to have. Some I thought I should have with me a long time across the country, across the ocean, up and down stairs, you know, tried to fix up a place for them, bricks, boards. Sometimes there's been a bookcase already there, glass doors, and they looked more as if they had a place then, in a way, reflections in front of the titles of my friends. I even borrowed some bricks this last time. Borrowed some bricks. I guess I'll have to return the bricks. But I do want to keep the books. Sentimental shit, this choked throat. I didn't even blink when my son discovered he doesn't even bear my name. Maybe I'm just cool in some areas. Signed copies which won't fit in my pocket. Some came off on my brain, and if you open the covers of the book, you'll find the print missing. The people who have tried to live with me know where to look for the missing pages. They have been part of my life. A real part, I say, against the walls to bounce it back to my own ears. I could walk out and not look back into this room, leave it, every individual page behind. My split self tells me, shit, I got because it was hard to get. All those, fuck that. How many times can you have it? 3 different copies of Call Me Ishmael. If a drowning man ever grasped for books, and then there are my books, pretty nice. If somebody burns it all, Buchner's mistress, say, sends it right to heaven via the chimney, that's one way to get there, so I'll keep the letters, and somebody can do that. They found me forwarded. Sendrars was right to consider the postage stamps in his hip pocket the best stuff in print. Say the shot you have to know is true. Leave it all. Leave that hard, practiced practicality some other self says you'll want them later. They'll come in handy some other place later. The history of the study of landforms. Sure. Maybe 2 boxes instead of 4, instead of 16. Just so you don't get off with nothing? Just so when somebody says, where are your books? You don't end up with some stammer about back there. So, I mean, you got this poem, you want some books too. So take them back across, again. Back? There they are. Leave them all behind. But not that way, no. Leave your friends with your friends. If someday they want you, they'll find you.
Yeah.